Well, hello again. This is Robert, and
Suzanne.
we're Clarity, and you're listening to Clarity's Process podcast. It's been a few weeks since we've done one, but we're here at the boardwalk once again. This seems to be one of our favorite spots to do it, sitting on this bench looking out at the Atlantic Ocean and the little harbor here. Not so little. So we are in the middle of something. So imagine you guys are too that are listening in. Everyone is in the middle of something that they're doing. And so in that, you're inside the process. If you're breathing. And so there's the process of what's going on in the middle. So in that space, it's sometimes it's a little bit confusing. It can be overwhelming. It can certainly be exciting because you're foraging ahead into a discovery of some sort that you're after or wishing to
I think we've
unfold.
Been breaking down process into many new ways. Is that your body is a process, and your life is a process. And if you're creative, that's a process. But all of them are interconnected. So if you enter a part of the creativity that's in your process of creativity, it's going to affect your body and its process. And the different parts of the body, when you take on new ideas, is affected by it. It has to be, it even affects the intestines and the bladder and the kidneys. And it affects the brain, it affects the heart, it affects the arms, and all your organs. And so all at once you'll have being feeling great, and all at once you have an upset stomach. And you think, what is that about? What did I eat? And what you eat is usually associated to help you digest what you're doing or what you're thinking. And so when we do our menu, we try to project into the future and feel the food that we'll need for whatever we are doing or processing, physically, spiritually, creatively, mentally, in the next week. Because if we can get the food lined up and the process lined up and the organs lined up together, it makes it easier for us.
It does, and it has worked beautifully. Because we've been doing this for years and years and years, and it's been very effective.
And so there are certain ideas, and you don't even know that they're related to the bladder or the kidney or the back.
Yeah.
All at once, you're taking on these new ideas, and you just feel they're very separate from everything else, and all at once, your kidneys act up, or your stomach starts getting out of whack, or all at once, your legs are starting to cramp. And it's like you're having to eat and run and facilitate every idea that you are processing. And so it's good to intuit your process of ideas. And so what you do, you kind of, if you're going to get on the internet, you intuit the time when you get on, because there are certain things that are running through at certain times. And if you want that to be a time where whatever you're learning or doing actually feeds the process of what you are doing creatively or thinking mentally or need. And also things come in for the physical part of that process. And some of these things are really helpful. Some of these things really challenge. And the thing is, you can get caught up in the challenge and then don't realize that the ideas in that challenge are actually challenging the kidney system. Or it's actually challenging the pineal or challenging the pancreas. And so once you get aware of that, you can ask intuitively to coordinate it in a better way.
Yes.
So that your system can run with it instead of falling down a hole with it or tripping over it or, becoming really immersed in the depression of it. Because in order to advance our consciousness, there are things that gotta go. And we didn't know they gotta go. And when they start leaving and packing up, we're like in some kind of state of overwhelm.
Yeah, overwhelm. Yeah.
And so it's
Aye.
it's best we know, and so intuitively we can process beforehand, so that we can actually fix the menu for that day that will help us process that idea of what's leaving, and that the body can let go of it. And also with the kidneys, it's like that's where we actually break down a lot of things that are being broken down and need to break down,
Yeah.
and so that our body can flush it out. And so if we intuitively in the morning can just ask for for foods that will help us assimilate and break down and rotate our spiritual intentions or our creative intentions. And I think we're coming into this, and we've had it as an idea for many years, but it seems like now it's part of our flesh. And we're taking it into another level. And so that's why also we're going slower. Instead of rushing our way through, that's the world's speed. We're going slower so that we can pick up along the way the new ideas and process them and actually be able to execute them without falling into a pit.
I like that. And the rotation that you were talking about is something that I don't know whether a lot of people do that or not. Creative people that are working with creativity have a more likelihood of doing it. But I know when the kids were growing up, the grandchildren that were living with us, that we would have rotation. And that meant that there would be...
They still remember and love this.
They love it, and I think they still apply it in many ways. But there'd be an hour when they were drawing, and we were showing them and helping them with the feeling of that, not just the execution of it, but how it made you feel and how you could work collaboratively and stuff. But then the rotation would move into being outside, playing at another table with you had a sandbox and then characters that they used, and then there'd be another rotation where they were inside, looking at picture books or reading or something. So all these rotations
And these had more to do with history.
Would send them into different spaces, different places that they would be then integrating in an entire day.
Puzzles,
and adults,
drawing,
they.
music.
Obviously they go to work, and that's almost like just one rotation that they're just in. Obviously, there can be work that has a lot of different facets to it, so that could be rotational. But to think in terms of, as a creative, to have a rotational format in your day helps you move through, because as you land in these different areas, then they build and inform the other areas so that you get more of a holistic picture of what you're working with.
You can assimilate better through rotation.
You can assimilate better, yeah.
You're at the office. At some point, you rotate to having a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Or a cup of coffee, and allowing yourself, instead of just rushing through it, it is a rotation.
Yeah.
And you let it have its full depth.
Yeah.
And you slow down and allow the rotational part of you.
Yeah, you allow rotation to be in your life, because everything's rotating through
through your body.
Gaia rotate
through your stomach and to your intestines. It all rotates through your system.
And you're just following a natural course. Gaia is rotating through space. The sun's rotating through the solar system.
We had the moon cycle rotation.
So all of that, you're really in alignment that way.
And we're in a doozy of one right now.
I know. And so I know for me today, it doesn't feel like I have a lot of energy. I feel kind of low-key. But that's a rotation, because there are other days where we have lots of energy and we're just really doing all kinds of things. But this is a different kind of day. We've been in a
It's
period...
not a rotation of non-productivity.
No, it's musing and
rotation of
into
preparing.
Allowing whatever new is coming to you, instead of trying to pull up the plant to get it to grow faster. That doesn't work.
I know in my life I've been known to do that. I'm not proud of it, but
Well, I don't think you actually pulled up the plant.
I did.
Oh dear. So we're just helping you work with the idea of rotations in your process, because it can be a benefit and supportive. If you like the idea, you mention it to your other creative friends. I think it could be a benefit to them as well. And that's what the podcast is about, is sharing some of the things we've done for ourselves that have been beneficial and supportive in the middle of our creative life and journey. So is there more that you'd like to touch into?
And that was wonderful to share. We're kind of in that today, and it was a good time to talk about it.
Yeah. So thank you
So
for...
it's authentic.
Yeah, it is. So I guess thank you for joining us. This is Robert.
And Suzanne.
And we're Clarity, and you've been listening to Clarity's Process Podcast. And we will talk to you next time. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and to mention, you can catch more of the journey and more of the support that is there for you for free on our website, situlacodex.com. It's SITULACODEX, situlacodex.com, lowercase, all one word. Thanks for joining us. Until next time.